Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Mormon Atheist. So this is round two. I just made this exact same video, but I had to delete it because the sound was all messed up. So I hope the sound is better this time. Okay, so what did I delete? All right, so this episode is about plagiarism. What is plagiarism? Okay, the dictionary definition of the word plagiarism is the act of using someone else's words, ideas, or work. I inserted research and presenting it as their own without proper acknowledgement. Okay. Or stealing someone's content and acting like you created it. That's the dictionary definition of the word plagiarism. So, why do I bring this up, apostate congregation? Thank you, everybody, for joining another edition of the Mormon Atheist. Like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. This channel will never be monetized. We talk about old, what is considered to be anti-Mormon books. We read those and compare notes to Mormon stories and the anti-Masonic movement and how it relates to Mormonism is what we talk about on this channel, and Psalmonic magic and how that relates to Mormonism as well. So, apostate congregation, why am I making this video? What is the point of this video? I have a problem. I have a problem with a particular podcaster. I won't name her name, but she has blonde hair and a pretty face. Okay. And she's been plagiarizing my channel for about a year and a half now. So the backstory to this is about a year and a half ago, I started my channel. About a year and 10 months ago. Nobody has ever heard of the stuff I talk about on my channel. It's never been talked about. There are some scholars like Stephen Skinner. Uh, you know, there's a bunch of people. So this is not new information. A lot of it is new information, but how it pertains to Mormonism in the podcast world, that's what's new here. Because nobody has ever talked about this stuff before. Never. So when plagiarism happens, it's extremely easy to spot. Okay. And the thing about it is the apostate congregation, you are the ones that are seeing this stuff and pointing it out, right? Because one of the apostates, one of the viewers, is who told me about this particular incident that I'm going to talk about right now. And this happened this morning. So at 4 o'clock in the morning this morning, my phone starts blowing up from a viewer about how they're watching this video and it's my words. It was literally my words, but it was coming from this person. And I'm going to be nice in this video, and I'm not going to name your name or the podcast because you know who you are. You 100% know who you are. And so the backstory is when I very first started this channel, one of my very first videos was on the Joseph Smith Jupiter Talisman and Psalmonic magic. So this person was in my comments commenting on this video, asking me questions. And so about 4 months later, I obsessively search the YouTube world to see who's talking about this stuff because there is nobody talking about this. And it's so easy to spot a plagiarist, right? So about 4 months later, I'm searching and all of a sudden this person pops up on somebody else's channel. talking about literally using my words verbatim, word for word, on somebody else's channel. Not even their own channel, not even her own channel is she doing this stuff. She's going on somebody else's channel and doing this stuff. And she's been on several of them as it pertains to the Salmonic magic. So way back then, I was like, hey, what are you doing? Like, you are legitimately stealing my content. And her reply to me was, at the time, she had like around 1,500 subscribers, and I had like 150, 200, and that was it. And her legit response to me was, I have more subscribers than you do, so who are people going to believe? That was her legit answer. Okay. So she very well knows about this because I commented on every single one of those videos, every one of them. And then she puts this big thing on her page or her, whatever you call it, channel, saying, I can't believe an ex-Mormon would have this kind of a blowback and blah, blah, blah. See, here's the problem though. What does plagiarism mean? The act of using someone else's words, ideas, or work / research and presenting it as their own without proper acknowledgement. Okay. So there's an etiquette in the YouTube world. Okay. And this is a pretty standard thing, right? If you hear something from somebody else's channel or in conversation, you mention that person's name or their channel or something along these lines. What you are doing is you're going on other people's platforms and presenting this as your own, presenting it as their own without proper acknowledgement. You did not, you're going on these channels saying you did this deep dive. You made this discovery. You found this stuff. You did bullshit. You were on my channel asking me questions. And then you go on somebody else's channel. You don't even do it on your own channel, right? You go on somebody else's channel and you talk about this stuff. Okay, so now you're talking about the Order of Enoch. As it pertains to this subject, the Order of Enoch, and what you are talking about in that particular video, there is 100% one place. There is only one place you could have got that information. And that's me. Because those sources that you cite, nobody, fucking nobody, knew about that until the Mormon atheists brought it. And now you're repeating it because you did this deep dive. You fucking charlatan. You are a charlatan. Okay? So I'm going to be nice to you. I'm going to invite you on my channel. And we can talk about Salmonic magic and the Order of Enoch. Okay? We can talk about our sources. Where did you get your sources? What sources do you have to back up what you're saying on those channels? Now, see, here's the repercussion of what you're doing. Is you're making these other channels look bad. Because they don't know. They have no idea. And you are contacting them with this bullshit story that you made this new grand discovery. Okay, I've spoken to some of them myself, so I know what you're saying to them. Okay, you're legitimately lying. You are lying to these people. Okay, so now you're making them look bad as well, because now they have a plagiarist on their channel, and now their viewers, okay, are being hoodwinked. by you because you're a huckster. Okay, do you understand the damage that you are doing to this space by lying like that? You're lying. Okay, so I'm going to be nice and throw you a bone. Come on my channel. I'll even come on your channel. I'll go on anybody's channel. It's open invitation. Put your money where your mouth is, lady, and let's see where you got your sources from. And let's see what these sources are. And then we're going to compare dates, okay? Because these videos are dated, all right? We're going to compare when my video came out and when you started going on those channels, okay? You have deleted the comments. You deleted the comments, but you left one. And I don't know if it's still there. It may still be there. I don't know. But, right, my reply to your comment was, if you're going to use my shit, say my name. And that was like 7 or 8 months ago, right? So between me and you, little Miss Plagiarizer, this is nothing new. I'm not blindsiding you. Okay, I've legit had enough of you. That's why I'm doing this video. These kinds of videos, apostate congregation, these are not me. Okay, I don't like doing this stuff. It doesn't sit well with me. I don't like it. I feel like it kind of brings badness on me, kind of, right? And I don't like this feeling, right? You little Miss Plagiarizer, are putting me in a position to defend my research. And I 100% will defend it. And so when the congregation goes out and sees your videos, they legitimately unsubscribe to your channel. And this is not the first time this has happened. I've had other viewers report back to me, and they also said they unsubscribed to some channels because they're trying to weasel in these books into their channels, right? So you see, authenticity in the YouTube sphere is the biggest attractor you can have, right? And you're not authentic because you're stealing my shit, okay? You are legitimately stealing my content, okay? And my research, my ideas, my words. What is the definition of plagiarism? The act of using someone else's words. Those videos are no shit verbatim my words, okay? Ideas. Let's see, where did you get the idea for Salmonic magic? Where'd you get that idea? From the Mormon atheist. That's where you got that idea. Or work or research. You're a plagiarist, okay? And presenting it as their own without proper acknowledgement, or stealing someone else's content and acting like you discovered it. That is the very definition of plagiarism, and that is what you're doing. You're plagiarizing my channel. And I'm going to be nice to you right now, okay? Because I'm asking you in a very public way to stop. Stop plagiarizing my channel, please. Okay? I really want people to talk about these things. I truly want people to talk about this stuff. But under no circumstances can you present it as your own. The apostate congregation is not going to allow that to happen because they're already doing it. They're already unsubscribing to your fucking channels. Okay? And if you don't believe me, just watch your fucking subscriptions. Watch them. And they're going to start to shrink because you're plagiarizing my channel. Okay? And the apostate congregation sees that. And they know where this information came from. All right? So this ends. Today is December 2nd, 2025. I got woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning this morning, my phone blowing up by a viewer that is saying, dude, you got to see this. Check this out. It's exactly your words. And they sent me your video. How come your videos? Okay, let me ask you a channel question. So a year and a half ago, you had all these videos on Freemasonry. What happened to all those videos? They're all gone now. What happened to them? How is it that you have 4,000 subscribers, but only 88,000 views? What happened to all that stuff? How do you have 88,000 views and 4,000 subscribers? See, I did not know this until I heard about this. You can actually buy subscribers. You can purchase subscribers. They're bots. And that's a legit thing. You can actually do that. But people do this to inflate their status, right? They do that because their content sucks and they're not getting any views. And so they buy subscribers to make themselves look bigger than what they really are. But you have 4,040 subscribers and only 88,000 views. How's that possible? Like, that's not possible. That's not even possible. Unless you have really bad content and just a bunch of dudes are fucking subscribing to your channel, you have nothing. You have fucking nothing. People are not interested in you. They're looking at you because you're pretty. That's it. That's the only reason they're fucking on your channel. It's because you're pretty. And you're stealing my shit. And the more you steal my shit, the more you lose your real, legit subscribers. So eventually you're just going to be left with a bunch of bots. Okay? Authenticity, originality. You have none of that because you're stealing my content and you're telling people it's your own, and it's not your own, it's mine. And you're going on other people's You don't even do this shit on your own channel, you coward. You go on other people's channels. And you talk about this stuff. If I was that content creator that had you as a guest, I would absolutely delete that video because you're a plagiarist. And all of their subscribers now, it damages their credibility as well, right? Because you are a legitimate known plagiarist. You've been plagiarizing my channel for a year and a half now. And I'm done with this. I'm being nice to you right now. I'm not naming your name, and I'm not going to name your show. If you continue this, I will take your videos and I will go through them on my channel. And I will talk about every single word you say, and I will compare my video to what you're saying. And we'll talk about it. And we'll discuss the dates. The dates don't lie. You stole my shit. And you're going on other people's channels saying it's your research, your deep dive. You made these discoveries. That's false. That is 100% false. And you know it. You know it. Come on my channel. Let's talk about it. Let's nip this shit in the bud. If I'm wrong, I will absolutely eat crow. I will come on. I will make another video. I will say how sorry I am. I apologize. It will never happen again. I was wrong. But I don't think I'm going to have to make that video. In fact, I know I'm not going to have to make that video. Okay? Because when me and you sit down together and look at each other in the eyes, that's when we'll see the truth. That's when we'll see the truth right there. So please, I invite you, okay? If I'm lying, come on the channel. Invite me on your channel. Let's talk about it, okay? You know who you are, so you know, but I'm not going to name your name. There's a reason why I'm not going to name your name. Can you think of why that reason is? You see, you're fucked either way. You are guilty as charged. You deleted all your videos. You purchased subscribers. You're going on other people's platforms. You're doubling down. Do you remember the comment that you made about how I can't believe people in the ex-Mormon podcast world would, say this stuff and blah blah. Do you remember that? I know you do. You remember that. Yeah. Do you remember commenting on my videos, asking me questions, and then 4 months later you go on this other channel, right? And do you remember me commenting on those channels, calling you out, right? And do you remember what that? See, that was the actual content creator that replied to me saying like, "Do I really need acknowledgement?" No, that's not the point here. He's in context. He was saying like, "Do I need the credit?" Okay. Well, yes, I do, right? I do want the credit. I worked my fucking ass off. Do you have any idea how many fucking books I've read to get this information? And you're just gonna come along and fucking steal it? No, no, it's not gonna happen. Okay. So let's be friends. I have nothing against you. I don't even know you. I literally have nothing against you. I don't know you. I don't actually even really care about you. But let's be friends. You can 100% talk about this stuff. Because frankly, you actually do a way better I don't put anything on the screen. You put up pictures, whatever. I don't do any of that stuff. So as far as like getting the message out there, you do a fantastic job. But the part that rubs me wrong and rubs the apostate congregation wrong is the fact that you're not acknowledging the Mormon atheist. The act of using someone else's words, ideas, work, or research and presenting it as your own without proper acknowledgement. You got this stuff from the Mormon atheists, and you cannot deny that. You can't. If you do, it's going to look really fucking bad on you. Really bad on you. So I implore you, please don't deny this. Just say you're sorry and move on. You either keep the fucking words that I say out of your mouth, or you acknowledge the Mormon atheist and say, hey, the Mormon atheist discovered this. The Mormon atheist read this book. The Mormon atheist, because I guarantee you, lady, you literally have never heard of any of this stuff. You've never read these books. You've never read these books. You have no idea what you're talking about other than what is on my channel. So you're watching my channel and you're stealing my content. And you're going on other people's channels saying it's your own. That is plagiarism. That is the very definition of the word plagiarism. Okay? And you are guilty as charged. You are guilty as charged. Because the apostate congregation is the one that told me about this. The latest video that you did, the Order of Enoch. Okay? Let's talk about the Order of Enoch. Where did you get that information? Where did you get that information from? There is legit one place. There is only one place in this entire fucking YouTube world that you will get those specific sources, that you cite, where'd you get those sources? Where'd you get that information from? Come on my channel. Let's talk about it. Come on, it's okay. I'm a totally friendly guy. I am so friendly. I just want you to explain yourself. Explain yourself to the congregation. Okay? I don't think you can do it. I truly do not think you can do it. In fact, I know you can't do it because you got your information from me. And you cannot deny that. And if you do deny that, you're a fucking liar. You are a liar. Straight up. Okay? I'm doing this in a very public way because I'm tired of you stealing my content and going on other people's channels. You don't even do this shit on your own channel. You go on other people's channels. You're a plagiarist. You're a liar. Okay? A year and a half we've been at this. And now I get woke up today, December 2nd, 2025, at 4 o'clock in the morning. Because you're at it again. This time with the Order of Enoch. Okay? Now I really, apostate congregation, I want you to understand. This is not my style. I do not enjoy doing these videos. It's taken me a year and a half to do this video. That goes to show you how I don't like doing this stuff. I don't want to do this stuff. I've been in contact with this girl for a year and a half. And she doubled down and she just keeps going. She just keeps going. Because she has more subscribers than me. So who are you going to believe, apostate congregation? Are you going to believe somebody that legitimately fucking owns and reads the Keys of Solomon? Or are you going to believe somebody that has 4,000 subscribers, a pretty face, and has no idea what the fuck they're talking about, except for literally repeating my words verbatim on somebody else's fucking podcast? Okay? A year and a half we've been at this, little Miss Pleasurizer, and I'm done with this shit, man. I'm done with this. Okay? You did not discover this information. Frankly, neither did I. But as it pertains to the podcast world, 100% I discovered this shit. 100%. Okay? So I'm not bragging, I'm not gloating, I'm standing up for myself. I'm sticking up for myself. I'm standing up for the apostate congregation. I'm standing up for my research. I'm standing up for all of the fucking hours I've spent reading these books. And for you to just come along and legitimately steal my shit and go on somebody else's fucking podcast, several of them I might add, that's my issue here, is you're claiming my research as your own, and it's not your own, because you legitimately got this from my channel. And how do I know that? Because you're commenting on my fucking videos, asking me questions. Okay? So I'm being nice to you right now. All right? And I'm asking you nicely, stop plagiarizing my channel. Okay? If you're going to talk about this, that's fine. I want you to. I want you to talk about this. But you did not discover this. So stop saying that. Because the apostate congregation sees you and they are legitimately unsubscribing to your channel as we fucking speak right now. Okay? because they see you too. You're a liar. You're a plagiarist. You're a liar. And you're hoodwinking these other content creators and their viewers. So that makes them look bad. And you're doing it and they don't even know it. That's the problem. Is these content creators have never heard of the Mormon atheist. They don't know who the fuck I am. They're not going to go watch my video and say, huh, maybe this girl got this stuff from the Mormon atheist. No, they're just going to take your word for it because they don't know any better. But now they do. And if I have to make another video, instead of putting what is plagiarism, I'm going to put the fucking name of your channel and your name on the title of this video, on the title of the next video. And then I'm going to put your face on the fucking thumbnail with the plagiarist stamp across your fucking face. Okay? So we're done. We're done. We are done with this. Okay? You will no longer plagiarize my channel from here on out because you are legitimately plagiarizing my channel. Okay? So, apostate congregation, I think I've said enough. There's a whole bunch more I can say. There's a lot more to this story because this story has been going on for a year and a half. There is one other person involved in this, but I'm going to save him the embarrassment because he goes on one of the channels that got me started. And he seems to have weaseled his way into that channel. But understand, I know where you came from, okay? And I know who you are, and I know how you started. And I know who you started with. And I know one of the very first episodes of Little Miss Plagiarizer, your fucking face, Mr. Enabler Plagiarizer, is on that thumbnail. And you're actually in quite a few of her videos in the early days, early on. So you're kind of a, accomplice here. But I'm going to save you the embarrassment. Okay? Little Miss Plagiarizer, I've just kind of had enough with because I got woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning by one of my own personal viewers that said, hey, check this shit out, man. This girl's fucking talking the same exact words that you say. A viewer said that. A viewer said that. This girl's literally saying word for word your video. Okay. Okay, apostate congregations, I think I've kind of proven my point here. Again, I invite you with open arms to my channel. I'll go on your channel. I'll go on any channel. And let's talk about this. Let's compare sources. Let's compare notes. Where did you get your sources from? You never even heard of Stephen Skinner until you asked me. And now you're reciting Stephen Skinner. You're just a huckster, man. You are just a fake, phony, charlatan huckster. That's all you are. That is legitimately all you are. Okay? Okay, apostate congregation. I've said enough. I've had enough. I'm done with this girl. I'm done with this conversation. I invite all of you, apostate congregation, keep your eyes open for this stuff because it's literally happening in real time. Okay, I say this in my videos. These people are trying to fucking weasel my channel into their shit. And it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. There's already been another group of people, right? Apostates, viewers of the channel, that we're talking about a totally separate channel in the ex-Mormon world, that this channel all of a sudden now start talking about old 1800s books. Well, guess what? They unsubscribe to that channel because this particular channel never once ever talks about these books, ever. And then just all of a sudden, they're doing these videos on these books. And so they unsubscribe. They're like, that's not authentic. That's fucking, you're stealing the idea from the Mormon atheists. That's legitimately not authentic. And the thing is you never give the accolade. You never say, I watched the Mormon. See, people would think different. People would not unsubscribe to your channel if you said, the Mormon atheist, I got this idea about these old books from the Mormon atheist. I got this idea about Solomonic magic from the Mormon atheist. I got this idea of the Church of Masonry. I got this idea of the religious institution of Masonry. I got this idea. I'm making this video because I got this idea. These words I'm speaking, right? You did not do the fucking research. I did. And you're plagiarizing my channel. This is the legit definition of the word plagiarism, okay? Now, this may come across as petty and aren't there better things to worry about? All of this kind of stuff. Well, the answer is no. And yes, I have way better things to worry about than this fucking charlatan girl, right? The point is, though, is she's going on other people's channels and lying to them. So she's making them look bad without them even knowing it. You see the con job here? She's lying to people. Okay? That's my issue. Honesty. See, I believe in nemesis. Nemesis. The muse. And if you fuck with the muse, you're going to lose your inspiration. That's just how it works. That's how it works. You will lose your inspiration. Okay? That's how nemesis works. Okay? Retribution. You'll lose your inspiration. Okay? Maybe that's why your channel sucks so bad already, is because you lost your inspiration. So now you have to steal my shit. Okay? Okay, apostate congregation, I'm done ranting. We're at 36 or 8 minutes, whatever. And I'm putting this to bed. This is over. This conversation's over. This girl, you need to understand everybody's watching you now. We are all watching you because we know who you are. Even though I don't say your name, most of these people, the congregation, already know who you are. Okay. And so they're unsubscribing to your channel because you're plagiarizing your channel, my channel. Okay. I mean, that's the consequence of originality, being authentic, right? You're not authentic and you're not original. You're stealing my ideas. Okay. So stop. Okay, apostate congregation, we are done with this. Before we go, I want to read the definition, the dictionary definition of the word plagiarism. The act of using someone else's words, ideas, or work/research and presenting it as their own without proper acknowledgement. Okay? Or stealing someone's content and acting like you created it. That is the dictionary definition of the word plagiarism, and that is what you are doing. Okay? So, with that being said, apostate congregation, we are done with this conversation. I hope this gets put to rest. I'm being nice, girl, on this video. Okay. The next video will not be so nice. So we'll talk about your subscribers and your bots. How you have 4,000 subscribers and only 88,000 views. We'll talk about your videos, how crappy they are. We'll go through your video that you do talk about where you plagiarize my channel, and we'll break down those videos. And then we'll contact that creator and we'll send him that video or her because you've been on several channels. Okay. And then we'll send them that video. Okay. So you're busted here. You are legit busted here. Stop plagiarizing my channel. The Order of Enoch, Salmonic Magic, anything I talk about on my channel, anything, fucking anything, should never come out of your mouth without the Mormon atheist either immediately before or immediately after. Otherwise, you are legitimately committing fucking plagiarism. Okay? I'm sorry if this comes across as petty, congregation. I truly am. This is not my style. This is not who I am. This is not, like I said, it's been a year and a half. And I'm finally making a video after a year and a half. It will not take another year and a half to make another follow-up video. I promise you that. Okay? So that's it. That's all we got, Apostate congregation. Thank you for taking your time. I am truly sorry that I even have to make such a ridiculous video. This is a waste of my time. It's a waste of your time. It's just a waste of time. You know, it's a waste of time. And so like and subscribe to this channel if you want authentic, original content creator stuff. I do not put stuff on the screen. I'm not monetized. My channel will never be monetized. This is a fact check channel. You can literally go through every single sentence I say and fact check me on every single video. Every single video. I implore it. I invite it. I bring it. I encourage it. Okay. I actively want people talking about this stuff. But that doesn't mean you can just go steal my shit. Okay? That's not what that means. I didn't create fucking this podcast for no reason, just to come on here and talk trash about Mormonism. There is a legit reason, because nobody is talking about these books. Nobody. There's not a single fucking podcast out there that's talking about these books. So your plagiarism is so easy to spot. It is so easy to spot. So stop. Stop. Okay? Stop. Because from here on out, it's only going to get worse for you. Okay? Because I will start just fucking roasting you in every single episode. Every episode. I'm just going to call you a plagiarist. And I will call you out by name eventually if you don't stop. I'm being nice to you right now. Okay? So please, stop. All right, apostate congregation, that's all I have. This is a horrible rant. I apologize, but I've just had enough. I've had enough with these charlatan ex-Mormon podcasters that don't have an original fucking bone in their body, continuously trying to figure out how they can incorporate my shit into their channel without saying my name. The apostate congregation is legitimately unsubscribing to all of your channels because of this. How do I know that? Because they're telling me. They are legitimately telling me. Okay? So it's only going to get worse from here for you. Okay. So like and subscribe to this channel. We will never be monetized. I ask if you donate to any channel. If you have an extra couple bucks to donate to any channel, go give that money to a school lunch program. Go give it to a kid somewhere. Go feed somebody. Go help somebody. Go do some good with that. Because why are you giving this shit? Why are you giving your hard-earned money to a fucking podcaster? Hey, go get a job, podcaster. Okay? Go get a fucking job, man. All right. That's enough. I'm done. Like and subscribe to the channel. We will never be monetized. And in the words of the late, great Solomon Southwick, we are the ashes of Morgan will rise again in apostate congregation. And we have risen and we are on fire. And these channels are trying to get a piece of that fire because their channels suck fucking ass. Okay. So as low budget as my fucking channel is, I'm kicking their asses. I am kicking all their asses. That's why they're stealing my shit. I don't have a studio. I don't have fancy lights. I don't have a microphone. I use my earbuds and my fucking cell phone. This is my cell phone. Bum, bum, bum. That's my cell phone. Look. Yeah, it's my cell phone. And I'm still kicking your ass. And all I'm doing is reading books. That's all I'm doing is reading books. Okay, that's it. We're done. Like and subscribe to the channel. Like all the videos, watch them all the way through. This stuff helps my algorithms. Hit the bell so you know when I'm on, because this channel's not monetized and it will never be monetized. So that really hurts the algorithms in getting this message out there. So like I said, I want you to talk about this with acknowledgement. Absolutely. And if you guys roast me for that, well, fuck off, man. I don't care. I really don't care because I'm the one that read these goddamn books. I'm the one that spent the time reading these books, not you. And so for you to steal my shit really does not sit well with me. Okay. Okay. That's it. We're done. We are William Morgan. The ashes of Morgan have risen. And yeah. All right. Anyways, thank you, congregation, and we will see you on the other side.